Hello, ladies and gents. I don't know about you guys, but I certainly had a few busy days lately. First of all, both the 5000 subscriber giveaway and also the 9.15 patch quiz are now closed, and the lucky winners have been already notified. Many thanks for everyone who did participate, and don't worry if you didn't win this time. I'm quite sure that there will be some free goodies up for grabs later this year as well. I also made a few calls regarding my personal World of Tanks grind. Predicted win chance for one is now turned off once again. I really didn't see the benefit of getting myself down with all those 30-something% games that I have been getting lately constantly. I also decided to put the priority on unlocking the tech trees first rather than focusing on my stats, and at the same time did cut down on the number of lines I do grind simultaneously as well in order to increase the focus. The first result of this decision is already here, as I unlocked my second tier 10, the mighty T-57 Heavy. I absolutely adore this tank, and I will definitely drive this beauty during this week's streams tonight and Thursday evening, so come and have a peek if you do have some time. But I don't want to rob any more of your time. You are here to see some epic light and gameplay after all, and oh boy, are you in for a treat. Today's replay is courtesy of Mali, who did send me a couple of excellent ace tanker games in his Chinese tier 8 light tank, the WZ-132. And this one right here was my personal favorite. Now this replay is actually one of the very best from patch 9.14. From all the WZ-132 replays, this has the second largest kill count in this light tank. Absolutely zero shits given, as he made a complete fool of some of the most frightening tier 10 beasts in the game. Check this out. Alright, so here we are in our WZ-132, and this time around we ended up on in encounter mode. Oh boy, this is definitely not something that light tank drivers dream about, but I'm quite sure we will be able to do something about it. Now in the beginning we will do a aggressive scout in the middle, as we can expect quite a bit of movement from on this side of the map in encounter. Now regarding the matchmaking, well, this is pretty average for tier 8 light tanks, but it could be of course a little bit better. But third of the enemy team is tier 10s, third is tier 9s, and the remaining is a couple of tier 8s. Don't worry though, we will not be playing around with the enemy tier 8 light tanks. We have our eyes on a much bigger game. So in the beginning, the initial scout run did not reveal as much as I would actually thought it would. So that means that probably a big chunk of the enemy team is moving down to the other side. And if we could get a shot in that E75, that would be great. It dips a little bit too low, however, and unfortunately it does not penetrate. Now the WZ-132 has not perfect penetration. 189mm is great for size and rear. From the front, not so much. Now at the beginning, we are unfortunately a little bit unlucky with our shots. So this game has a slightly slower start as we try to nail that Leopard 1, talking about lightly armored targets bouncing our shots, but it just doesn't seem to happen. Now Tiger 2 is tracked and sideways on, but we managed to hit that rubble, and unfortunately we do not get any damage from that guy either. Oh boy. This is definitely not the start we were hoping for. But nothing is lost. The WZ-132 is a fast machine, so we should be able to get ourselves into a much sweeter position. And using our rate of fire of over 8 rounds a minute, should be able to put in some quite effective fire if we can get the sides and rear of the enemy. And whoa, that's a bad shot. So quick evasive maneuver into the wall. But we really don't want to get shot by that guy. Seemed to be pretty preoccupied with the T-30, and I think he might just have run out of ammunition. Well, if the Batchet is reloading, then we really have to take that guy out. He is a priority target. let's move him. Try to close the deal. We can't allow that guy to get away. And there we go. And perfect shot. 250 average damage is well enough to take care of the batchet from the rear. However, it seems that the complete other side of the map has fallen, and the quite decent player in a Type 62 is making his way across. So let's take care of him. First snapshot in the sights. Quick reload and we should be able to take him out here. And oh, that's a Jagdpanzer E-100, but he has other plans. And he just fired. So that means we have plenty of time to get out of this situation. And just looking back, haha, you can't catch me. Oh, that was a bit unfortunate. 0.35 meter dispersion, plus firing on the move was a little bit too wishful thinking. But hopefully we can now get into position to take out this low health but very dangerous machine. You have to be careful though, as both the Jagdpanzer E-100 and the Death Star are making its way down this road as well. And I really don't know what that guy was doing. Getting in front of all those guns sideways on, but hey. Well, it seems we have found the artillery. Well, we have found actually both of them. Revenge time. Both of them missed, so we can go quite comfortably after them. Oh, and there is the third one as well. Now we have to be careful with that guy. He should be definitely priority number 1, as he is an autoloader and he has about 6 seconds between shells. So while he did fire, it can still be dangerous, but he's now out, and with this simple run, all 3 of the enemy artillery has been neutralized, which is great. This is still a very close match, however. The enemy is going by 1, and if I'm not mistaken, the Death Star did just fire, so that means we can just easily get around the sides, which we unfortunately failed to do, and we head bump the Death Star head on instead, doing massive damage to us. I was quite lucky actually that it was not more. And switching to APCR in that situation was absolutely the right thing to do. And this is the perfect opportunity to get some shots into this Jagdpanzer E-100 and taking him out. Now the OHO was making his way here as well, and oh, there he is. And yeah, I think that was HE. That's not the way it should be done, my friend. Luckily, this means that, well, he's reloading and he's still behind that brick wall, so we should be relatively safe from him now. Unfortunately, we managed to reduce ourselves to... whoa, and look at that snapshot. On the go. Just firing back and hitting and penetrating the OHO. Not bad. So the priority here actually could be to go after the light tank. Problem is, he could be anywhere. So instead, let's work him over and... oh, there he actually is. And we very rightly predict that he will come out to take the shot, and we managed to nail him. And now it's only a question of remaining under the gun of the OHO, and whoa, he still managed to splash us, taking 66 health off. It was a bit lucky there actually, we were already quite low on health. The batchet is reloading, but we don't need any assistance. WZ for the win. What an absolute crazy game, making a fool of some of the most scary tier 10 tanks out there in a tier 8 light tank. Ace Tanker, Redley Walters, Top Gun, and of course the coveted Orlix medal, the famous light tank medal that's awarded for destroying at least 3 tanks or tank destroyers that are 2 tiers above you. Probably mayhem is the word that most accurately describes what just happened here. I mean, look at the team results. The only thing that did slightly more damage than us was actually the enemy Jagdpanzer E-100. Nobody else did even come close to us. Tier 10s, hang your head in shame. Now of course, for all this carrying we could pocket a juicy over 1700 base experience, though the credit amount that we did actually earn leaves a lot to desire. Even with this performance we only got 38,000 credits with a standard account, and after firing 10 APCR shells, which was more than justified facing this crowd, this ended up being a considerable loss of 23,000 credits. By the way, even with a premium account, this would have been still a minor loss. But let's focus on the positive. 29 shots have been fired in these less than 7 minutes, 25 of which hit and 20 of those penetrated as well. Considering how unlucky we were at the beginning of the match, this was some really effective shooting at later stage. Now, funnily enough, we did actually more damage to ourselves than the entire enemy team was capable of, which says a lot about this match. Alright, this was then our fast and furious gameplay in the Chinese Tier 8 light tank, the WZ-132. Many thanks to Malif once again for sending this in, and congratulations to a great result. Next up, I have another tank review about the Tier 9 American autoloader medium, the much feared T-54E1, which should be coming out tomorrow. And of course, don't forget to tune in tonight or on Thursday for a bit of Twitch action as well. Thanks a lot for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again in one of the next videos.